Hi guys, welcome back to Deep Junk Garage. I'm going to introduce you to our new project today. As you can see, we're going back to the 50s. It's a 1951 Hudson Hornet by Matchbox. It is in their Rescue series. That's some cool card art there. Our car is a 51 Hudson sedan, 4-door. In its police livery. I can tell you right off the bat, we're not keeping that. Regular Bob doesn't do police cars. No. I've seen my fill of police cars for a lifetime. It's pretty cool casting, got a lot of neat detail on it. We're going to throw some more detail at it. All them roof goodies are going to come off the top. There'll be some chrome going on. May try to lower it just a shade. This car, it might be tough to do. They were from the factory, had a lower center of gravity. They dropped the floor pan in below the rocker, so you actually had to step into the car, and that allowed the center of gravity to be lower and for better handling. The engine they used was a straight 6-cylinder. Big cubic inch, though, 308 cubic inches, flathead 6, 145 horse with a single 2-barrel carburetor, and then there was a twin H option later in 51. $85 from your dealer will get you 2 single-barrel carburetors, and with the larger compression, bigger valves, hotter cam, that meant 160 horse, 112 miles an hour, and back then in 1951 that was screaming. Well, these were racing NASCAR, but I think it was a lot of coupes that ran 2-doors that ran NASCAR, 4-doors. Although most of the Hornets were 4-doors, the cars that raced were 2-doors, I should say. Yep, this one it'd be pretty interesting to dig into it. And there you have it, all the difference 10 or 15 minutes with a file makes. Got rid of our police lights up on the roof, a little acetone on the side, got rid of the police markings, tampos on there. Still got on the passenger side. I did drill out the posts to get her apart. Now there's a couple different avenues we can take with this. We can strip it and change color altogether. Or this paint that Matchbox has given us here looks like they were going off a factory color. I looked through the guide, my paint guide, and what was it here? J45 Bally Blue looks like the color they're going after. This is probably a shade or two brighter than an actual Bally Blue, and a popular two-tone with it was Pacific Blue, which was darker, and we could do Pacific Blue on the roof and two-tone it that way. This body line here across the back wheel and down, from there down, we could two-tone it there. That's another break point for a two-tone on one. Or we could do just plain white up on the roof. That's a popular two-tone for the Hornet, and keep the stock color there at Bally Blue. Or yeah, just strip it all together and paint it its own color. I'm keeping the spotlights up on it. That was a popular option back then. The front lights up here in the card art, those front lights are clear for the emergency vehicle. That's a very popular item from the 50s. Again, they were like a clear amber road light. You get that stuff painted in, all the chrome on the bumpers, and a bunch of detail work on that chassis. Get that stuff done. That'd be pretty cool. Alrighty, all finished up. What we did was just kept the the Bally Blue and went with the white on the roof. This one is a white pearl, and did that up there, the two-tone. Again, the rockers are in bare metal foil. We kept their stock wheels, added their door handles, the fender trim, bumpers front and rear. All that stuff is in the Molto chrome pen. Got our amber driving lights up front. Looks like our cowl vent is open up top there, ready to suck some air in. It was just a fun build, something pretty easy. It was nice that paint, you know, looks like a Hudson color. It was easy to see that I'd keep that once I found out it was a Hudson color and that it wasn't just some fantasy thing. I really liked the car. It was fun to do, and I hope you guys like watching this kind of stuff. I put it in between some of the big builds, and if you don't do this kind of stuff and you've ever thought about it, this is, you know, be good these kind of cars like this would be good to start out on. Doesn't cost any money. You really didn't even have to have pulled this car apart to do what we did. If you lay down some tape on your windows and the rest of the paint, so as not to scuff it with a file or sandpaper or whatever you're working with, you could do pretty much that roof work without taking it apart. And then the same thing with the acetone. Watch your windows and watch the high spots, you know, that you don't take the paint off, but you could take tampos off. And that was one thing that got me started a long time ago, was you see a really cool car, you know, and it's got some stripes or something that you're not really all that hip to. So it's like, well, I like that car, but then this paint's hideous. So, you know, a little nail polish remover or acetone, same thing, and take it off. Just be careful of the windows and other chrome that you don't want to get messed up. And like I said, you probably wouldn't even have had to pull this car apart. But it was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. We've got a lot more stuff coming up on the channel. Pretty cool stuff. I hope you'll stick around for it. I want to thank everybody for subscribing and stopping by and checking us out. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you in the next one.